Hey Nesters, welcome back to Nesting Haven. Today we are going thrifting at the smaller Goodwill in my area. As always, I am on the hunt for anything vintage and unique to either keep for myself or resell for profit in either my Etsy store, eBay, or here locally in my antique booth. So let's go ahead and get started and see what they have in this week. I'm thrilled the Halloween items are starting to come out at Goodwill now. Still not as much as I would like to see, but the thrifting options are getting much better. Now, stuffed animals are something I am most often hesitant to pick up. It's just one of those linen type things that are difficult to wash and keep as fluffy and vibrant as they originally were. If they are clean and have no smell, I do consider picking them up for resale sometimes. Some of them are worth a lot of money, so you just kind of have to know what to look for there. I thought this turkey basket was fun. Thanksgiving seems to be one of those holidays that doesn't get much time in the spotlight. With Black Friday shopping starting on Thanksgiving night most places, it just doesn't get celebrated as it should. I used to be guilty of it too, but now that I have kids, I want to appreciate the holiday more. So I've been really being drawn to these turkeys lately and trying to think about different ways I could decorate for Thanksgiving. Halloween books are some of my kids' absolute favorites, so I was happy to see that Goodwill sorted them out from the other books and included them in their Halloween displays. It made it super easy. And the Looney Tune one here is fun because it makes noise, and kids love noise, right? Who is your favorite Looney Tunes character? I never really got into the show myself, though in the 90s I feel like it was impossible not to own a Looney Tunes character shirt. If I had to choose, I'd probably pick Taz. This hand-painted witch was pretty cute. I love that they even put a little wart on her nose. They really paid attention to details there. And they had some kind of battery-operated lights they put into it for the red eyes, which I wasn't a really big fan of. I was going to just remove it completely, but then I noticed the top of her hat had been busted and chipped. I mean, for only $1, I suppose it would have been fine, since it seems to be mostly in the back, but it would have been something I would have tried to resell, and that kind of breakage isn't something I usually would pick up to resell. So I was happy, like I said, that they sorted out their books. And so I'm just sifting through them here. I'm trying to find ones that are age appropriate for my kids. And I was actually surprised to see a decent amount of vintage ones in the mix here. They had a lot of good ones, I believe. I don't know if you guys have any favorite Halloween books. I feel like only ones I ever remembered as a kid is Goosebumps, R.L. Stine. I don't really remember any other ones. So if you guys have any good suggestions for my kids, they're 4 and 2, definitely drop it in the comments below. Something that is really popular to do now is the trunk or treats, which I absolutely love. I've never taken my kids traditional knocking on the door trick-or-treating. Living in a colder climate area, it's always freezing. I actually have gone trick-or-treating when it snowed out before, so it's pretty ridiculous. You have to put your costume on, and you want to be cute in your costume, but you usually end up putting your winter jacket over it and just trying to stay warm. So cold climate areas definitely get gypped on a good old-fashioned Halloween. But the trunk or treats are nice because you can just kind of head out early. It's still kind of daylight, and you can get back home within an hour. You just go to all the little trunks in one little parking lot and you're good to go. So it's very convenient, and I'm very happy that's a thing now. This trick-or-treat bag was really cool, I thought. You don't see this spooky tree featured on too much Halloween decor, so I thought that was pretty neat. I really like the colors to it. This time of year, I really start digging deeper into the holiday and seasonal decor. To be honest, I look at it year-round. I find that in the off-season, I can usually find better vintage items for cheap prices. Since my Goodwills do keep out holiday stuff year-round, mostly just Christmas though. But yeah, I definitely always like to look through it. I always love it when they make up these grab bags. They are excellent for crafting and usually filled with interesting items. I actually like to pick up the ornament grab bags. Those are my favorite. Since they are so cheap, usually only $1 or $2, I will just kind of pick them up, and if I see at least one thing in the bag I like, I just grab it and see if I get lucky with anything else in the bag when I get home. Some Hallmark sells great, so when I find it new in package, I usually pick it up and hope for the best. This one you need to have the smaller ornaments they released to complete the look. I'm not sure if they made different ones so you could customize it, or if they only made the ones they show in the picture and just wanted you to spend more money to complete the look. They had this super fun basket filled with all kinds of goodies to sift through. I, again, like these little grab bags, and they had a lot of different ornaments inside here as well, in boxes that appear to never have been used. I didn't know a whole lot about them. They were marked $2 a piece. These rust chimes, I've actually seen those quite a few times before, but usually they're in like cats or cows. I don't think I've ever come across the Christmas ones, and there was a few of them inside here, so they all appear to be new in box. I'm not sure who let this collection go. Likely came from the same home. Maybe they're a reseller or a collector of some sorts that like to collect things and just keep them new in package, thinking they'd be worth something someday. I never really get that. If I collect things, I don't leave them in the package. I just think that's weird. Do you guys do that? I really like these peanut shakers they had, but I couldn't bring myself to pay the $5 for them. They did have some chips on the bottom, and I have my moments when I just think things are too pricey for a thrift store. They are not vintage. They are from 2008, but still very cool. A normal person wouldn't think twice about their decision of leaving something behind, but when you record your shopping experience and edit the video, you don't even know how much more you see that you didn't get and want, for one, and two, how many times you cringe and kick yourself in your own butt about leaving things behind that were in your hand. Ay, ay, ay. I will never hear the end of those backgammon glasses from a few videos back. I probably would have purchased this milk glass Scotty dog if it wasn't for this crack on his head. But more importantly, let's talk about this dog. I get a lot of comments on my channel about how creepy and scary clowns are, and I don't understand it because I've always enjoyed clowns and usually purchase them when I see them. But this dog here looks like he eats clowns for breakfast. That's one dog Sarah McLachlan would never be able to convince me to adopt. He is creepy. However, this beautiful stained glass one with the beagles, I believe, is super pretty. And they had a couple of cat items, but they're kind of just wooden and kind of modern, so I didn't end up picking those up. I really like this swan candle holder, and it was not priced, so I'm always a little hesitant, but more often than not, when I take it up, when I cash out, especially when I have a bunch of other items, they'll just say, oh, I'll take $1 for it. So usually it's a good thing if it's not priced, because sometimes, you know, I see items that I feel like they might price a little bit higher, but if they forgot to tag it, sometimes I luck out. So that's kind of a cool thing, I guess. I mean, don't go ripping tags off to get the discount. This is a pretty nice Easter piece, but I just wasn't feeling Easter. I feel like I'm very into Halloween and Christmas right now. Probably would have picked that up at another time, but I just wasn't feeling it today. Now, be honest, let me know in the comments below, what is creepier, that clown-eating dog or this bag of clowns? See, I could take this bag of clowns, put it on my nightstand, and sleep peacefully. I think they're cute. So I'm just going to look through some more of the knickknacks. I always look for the vintage figurines. I was really into this one until I saw she was missing her hand. She had one that looked like went with her. It might have been a full set. I found another one of these Russ and Barry statues. They just keep getting funnier and funnier. This one here is a nice one to put on anyone's desk, right? It has a work schedule from 8 to 5, so it's kind of cute. I think these things are fun. You guys know me and my green glassware. This piece is something I've never found before. It kind of looks like a drum to me. I thought it was neat. And again, I glanced at the coffee mugs. I really like this one here, Find Joy in Each Day. I thought that was pretty cute. But I wasn't coming across too many that seemed too vintage. They did have these depression glass saucer and cup sets. They had some chipping on them. However, I was just about to give up, and then I spied this vintage mug here. You can tell it's vintage by how thick the milk glass is on it. And it had this really beautiful saying about grandmothers, and then it had a grandmother graphic on the other side. She's in her rocking chair. I just thought it was super adorable, so I almost missed that. That was a good find. I found this cross stitch here of a 1923 Chevrolet, and I feel like guys probably like that for, you know, maybe a man cave or something, so it's kind of a cool piece. And this here, this bowl, is so folk art and so fun. I really liked it. It's kind of one of those things that is weird, but it's cool, right? So I thought that was a neat piece for sure. There's a lot of people that comment to get the Precious Moments items, and it's something I honestly never pick up. And this is super specific. There's even a name Beth on it, so I don't know. Even though it's a cool Inesco mug, new in package, it's a tricky one to resell for sure. I really like the looks of this clock here. I thought the font of the numbers looked very mid-century. I'm not sure how old this is per se, but it definitely has that look and would definitely pair well with vintage items. I do think it is quite a bit older. They did have one more shelf here with some knick-knack type items. I found this adorable raccoon piggy bank. Isn't that the cutest thing? Looks like he's popping out of a tree trunk, which it probably should be more like popping out of a trash can, would have been a little bit more accurate, but that's okay. He's still cute. And then there was a small little owl here as well, probably from the 1970s. Very cute, and I definitely had to grab him as well. It has already started to be very cold here. It feels like fall. It's been feeling like fall for a couple weeks now, but we're still holding on to summer apparently. And look at this amazing coffee mug I found. The other nautical stuff wasn't very great, but this is a very beautiful mug. I did kind of like these. They're very delicate. They seem like they would break very easily, but I couldn't really quite picture what you would do with them. I was super stoked when I saw this mug here. It's the state I live in, and it's really well done. It has a nice frosted glass. I don't know the age of it. I don't know anything about it, but I really like it. This three-legged dish was kind of confusing to me because it's not carnival glass. It's not depression glass. I'm not really sure what it was made of or the age to it. It seems to be a little bit older, at least the 80s, but I'm not really sure much about it. It didn't seem like anything I've ever seen before. This little salt and pepper shaker caddy, I'm not really sure what it is. Maybe it's cinnamon and sugar and cream. But it was super adorable anyways. At first I thought they had this milk glass shaker. I was really excited, hoping I could find a pair, but it's just some Avon container. It wasn't even a shaker. I don't know why they had it in this section. They had a cute little Humpty Dumpty figurine up there, but he was pretty banged up. His face was rough. So I did not get that. Had it been damaged in the back, maybe I would have got it because it was pretty cute, but can't get it like that. They had these tiny little silver shakers. They had multiple holes on them, so I'm not sure what they originally used it for. Didn't seem to be salt and pepper. I don't think you usually have that many openings in salt and pepper shakers. I was distracted by the bright colors on the bottom of that tray, and I didn't even realize I picked up some cute little Eagle sugar and creamer set or salt and peppers. I don't know what that is. I kind of want to go back and see if it's still there. I'm interested to see what it is exactly. I always see currying knives, I swear. I have enough in my death pile to list as there is, so I just kind of push those off to the side. I'm always drawn to these Avon teapot things. I just think they're super cute. Just be good for decor, really, to sit on the shelf. One of these days, I'll probably buy myself one. I really like the colors of it, very 1970s. They did have some butterfly gold Corelle saucers. They had a set of 4 for $3, which isn't too bad of a price. I found this really adorable creamer. It is a made in Japan creamer with these beautiful birds on one side. And I was surprised to not see any chipping. Usually you see something this beautiful, it's all chipped, right? This is a dilemma I always have. I find these very specific things that are vintage that I like. So this is 1972. It's a beautiful Christmas dish, and you're like, do I pick it up to resell because it's going to be for someone very specific? This is actually a Holly Hobby dish, I guess, even, and I guess I can see her now. I thought it was just a fireplace, but yeah, I never know what to do there. So these may be one of my favorite finds, if not the favorite find of the day, besides one other thing that I'm absolutely keeping for myself, so I guess these are probably my second favorite. But these are nice Starburst shot glasses, very cool, and there was a full set there, so definitely a great find. These here were kind of tempting. I'm not really sure what they are. They're made in Japan, probably some type of silver. The glass in them are like shot glasses. They seem like they would come out very easily and break. As you can see, there was one missing it, which I assume it broke. Had it been a complete 4 set, I probably would have grabbed them and given them a try. They just seemed a little bit difficult maybe to clean up, but yeah. I'm not sure if I should have grabbed those or not. These little guys sell for decent money, so this was definitely a good find here. If you guys do want to see all of the items I ended up picking up today, you get to learn a little bit more about them in my haul video, which will be out tomorrow. So definitely hit that subscribe button if you're interested in anything that you've seen today. I found a bluebow goose. It was made in Japan. It's this really cool porcelain frame. I've never seen it in the frame before. I'm always surprised by what items I find with that dude on it. And they had this adorable Peter Rabbit little cross stitch, and someone had handmade this and gifted it to someone for some Easter at some point, so hopefully they don't watch this and see that they donate it to Goodwill. I was tempted to buy this just fully on the fact that it was so odd looking, but it seemed like the top was kind of wonky. It didn't look like it would stay together very well. Had the top kind of stayed on better, I probably would have grabbed it, honestly. They had a Halloween sticker on it, so maybe it's part of some kind of costume. If you guys happen to know what that is, definitely let me know. Hopefully it wasn't worth too much. I'm still kind of in shock, honestly, guys. I found these beautiful mid-century chairs. Initially, I only saw this one that was sticking out. They only had $5 marked on it. And then as I pulled it out to sit in it, to test it out to make sure it wasn't sunking in like most of them are, I spied a second one. I couldn't believe it. I was very excited about that. You guys won't believe the price I ended up paying for them. Definitely stay tuned for the haul. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As you can see, this is my cart full. I had quite a bit, so if you guys want to see this haul tomorrow, definitely subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye!